in a couple of weeks that also talks about civic engagement. So I think the board is just trying to do a little more outreach. I think it's a great idea.
Meanwhile, the Plymouth board right now is coming out of executive session, going into open session with information about remote participation, and it is available at the town's website, plymouth-ma.gov.
Hi, I'm Kathy Cartmel-Sirico, owner of Cartmel Davis Funeral and Cremation. We continue the legacy of guiding families on the South Shore and Cape Cod, while we deliver compassionate service through personal experience and professional understanding. While there are so-called funeral and cremation services out there, we are dedicated to professional and respectful services for your loved ones. Cartmel Davis will help you with pre-planning, creating a cost-effective service while easing the burden left to your family. Our staff is always available to fulfill any of your traditional, non-traditional, or cremation needs. We offer aftercare services to help guide you through the bereavement process. Trust us to provide options that are not only exceptional, but also conform to your budget. For your peace of mind, visit Cartmel Davis Funeral and Cremation at any of our 3 locations.
Awesome.
Plymouth Center, North Plymouth, and Manomet. If you aren't ready to speak with our staff just yet, you can begin the process online at cartmeldavis.com. Cartmel Davis Funeral and Cremation, your guiding light since 1895.
And 6:07 here on 95.9 is now sponsored by Quirk.
George, are you friends with me on Facebook?
On Route 139 in Marshfield, schedule an
No, not yet.
Chrysler certified
If
service
you
department.
friend me too, Sharon Costa McNamara,
Selection of brand
then
new
you
vehicles.
should be able
Precinct
to see us.
mapping and Veterans Day among the
Will
issues
do.
that the Situate Select Board discussed.
Will do.
Their meeting tonight. Here's Dan McCready.
Town Administrator Jim Boudreau tells WATD News that the board will be discussing a new draft of a precinct map.
So every 10 years, everybody knows they do the federal census, and when the federal census comes out, the towns have to look at their population and where it is, and then rebalance the precinct map. So Kathy Gardner will be presenting the new map to the selectmen tonight. They review it, and then it goes to the state for approval.
Boudreau says the board will also be getting an update on Veterans Day events.
So Veterans Day is going to be coming in, and he's going to update the board on what's happening, what Veterans Day events we're doing, what's going on. I'm hoping a lot of the stuff's going to be in person this year, obviously, because last year was all virtual. But Don will come in and fill the board in all those activities.
Tonight's select board meeting will begin with an executive session at 6:30 before open session resumes at 6:45 at Situate Town Hall. Dan McCready, WATD News.
We'll be back with traffic right after this.
It's the Jeep Adventure Days right now at Quirk Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Route 139 in Marshfield. Quirk Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is one of the largest dealerships of its kind in New England, featuring an incredible inventory of the all-new Grand Cherokee L. Great customer service and Quirk's Chrysler Certified Service Department. Quirk Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is accessible from all across the South Shore, just off exit 27, formerly exit 12 on Route 3.
Quirk works to save you money. Quirk works for you.
Visit QuirkChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com.
6:09 here on 95.9. Time to take a look at traffic. That means it's time to check in again with Lisa DeMilo. What's happening on the roadways?
Well, Christine, we're still seeing that heavy volume leaving the city on the expressway southbound down to the on-ramp from Freeport Street. You get a little bit of running room, but you're back in it from Furnace Brook to the split. Northbound's crawling from the Braintree split to Freeport Street, and again from the Mass Pike up into the O'Neill Tunnel. Route 3 South is slow from the expressway to Union Street. 93 South is crowded from Route 37 to Route 24. Northbound's tied up from 95 to Route 138 and from Logan Express to the split. And Route 24 South is sluggish from 93 towards Route 139. This report is sponsored by Compassion International. Compassion International is in Haiti right now, ready to help those devastated by the earthquake. Make your $40 gift by texting the keyword radio to 97646. Traffic on the 9s every morning. I'm Lisa DeMilo in the WATD Traffic Center.
Thanks, Lisa. We'll be back. We're going to take a look at sports, and that's brought to you by the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department. There are plenty of career and financial incentives available to graduates of the Correction Officer Academy. Find out what works for you at pcsdma.org, an equal opportunity employer.
There are more jobs available through the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department than you might realize. Applicants to the April 2022 Correction Officer Academy can enjoy an annual salary starting at $59,000 plus bonuses, paid overtime, and incentives. 75% employer-paid health insurance, 100% employer-paid dental plan after 6 months, tuition remission at state colleges and universities, and enrollment in the state's retirement system. You can also transfer into horticultural roles, graphic and culinary arts, canine, transportation, and investigative units. Visit pcsdma.org, an equal opportunity employer.
Taking a look at sports, the Red Sox and Yankees meet in a one-game wild card card playoff for the right to face Tampa Bay in the AL Division Series. Garrett Cole facing Nathan Eovaldi. Tonight, game time is 8:08. Meteorologist Rob Gilman's up next with your latest forecast, brought to you by McSweeney and Ritchie Insurance. For great prices on home and auto insurance, renters or business insurance, and local agents with the advice you can trust, visit McSweeneyRitchie.com.
It was just after Kristen.
These days, everyone could use a little savings. Hi.
Didn't catch that again.
Manager of McSweeney and Ritchie Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield.
Okay, gotcha.
McSweeney and Ritchie has provided complete insurance protection, trusted advice, and value to Marshfield residents for over 50 years. We've partnered with Safety Insurance to bring you maximum savings. Did you know, by simply packaging your home and auto policies together, you could save up to 20% on your insurance. You'll get a great price and the advice to protect your home, cars, and the lifestyle you built. Plus, you'll enjoy Safety's award-winning claim service. To request a free quote, visit us online at McSweeneyRitchie.com. That website again is McSweeneyRitchie, RICCI.com. Experience the local difference with McSweeney and Ritchie and Safety Insurance, working together to help you save.
On the weather chart, high pressure now across the state of Maine is starting to shift to the south and expand. And that's going to set us up for a great stretch of October. The sky clearing for the Red Sox-Yankees game at Fenway Park going into tonight in the mid-50s. And tomorrow, a return to sunshine, a few clouds, turning out quite mild, a high near 70. Tomorrow night, clear, lows 50 to 58. Thursday, beautiful, plenty of bright sun in the mid-70s. Friday, sunshine for the most part, a high of 73. A cooler onshore breeze by this weekend. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
And right now looking at 57 degrees outside our South Shore studio, 613. That's local news. I'm Christine James. Stay tuned for Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara right here at 95.9 WATD.
Now, Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate
All right,
Roundtable.
3 minutes
Let me
left.
share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique real estate firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing consultants who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my real estate team member Mary Baker and I, along with the director of Boston Connect Real Estate, Melissa Wallace, provide you with our unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We like to mix it up sometimes, so not only will you hear our perspective on real estate topics, but you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of some of our real estate agents at Boston Connect Real Estate and the preferred professionals that we trust. Be part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We'd love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team, or one of the dedicated agents at Boston Connect Real Estate to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with us at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And hello to all our South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Boston Connect Real Estate's broker team. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined in studio with my team member, Sharon McNamara. Hello. She's getting us set up on Facebook. We switched positions tonight. But we are also joined by the one, the only Kristen Howlett, who is a full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate. Okay, that is your chair. So you sit in there and then these are your headphones. We're still getting situated over here. But wait, can we talk for a second about how we did a show on Saturday? You're like nodding your head. Only Facebook can see you. We have people listening to us too. but yeah, we did. Sharon and I came into the studio in our office here at Boston Connect Real Estate, and we did a show live on Saturday. It was from 12:15 to 1. I'm sure some of you noticed last Tuesday we were a little bit not here, so we did a show on Saturday. I'm caught. I can't move. We did a show on Saturday and we had 3 callers call in. People were listening to us and it was fun. Didn't you have fun?
I did have fun, and we had to bribe people a little bit, and we gave away gift cards, but we can do the same thing tonight if you want. Maybe we can get some callers to call in again tonight. So we have George in the studio, and we are happy about that. And it seems like all systems a go. 781-837-4900. That is the number to the studio at WATD. So if you have any questions for us, regarding real estate, or you just want to say hello, we'll give away gift cards again tonight. So we can work on that. And then Melissa is going to tell everybody tonight what our topic is about. But in the meantime, if you are driving home and you're listening to us on WATD, well, welcome. But if you get home and you'd rather watch us on Facebook Live, that's where we are right now. So getting us up on all the pages, so you can go to Sharon Costa McNamara. That's me. And I am the broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate here on the South Shore. And we have we'll be live on Pembroke Connect, Marshfield Connect, Situate Connect, Hanover Connect. So I'll be out there on all those Connect pages so you can interact with us, whatever suits your fancy.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's let Kristen introduce herself. We're just talking about her. She's sitting right next to me. So Kristen, why don't you introduce yourself to all of our listeners? I know you've been on the show before with me. Tonight we have Sharon joining us. I think I'm very funny.
Well, Kristen seems to join when I always have something else to do. And I remember one of my favorite shows was when I got stuck in the tornado in, where was I? Nashville. Remember that?
Yeah.
What do we talk about?
I don't remember, but if we went back, I'm sure we could figure that out. So if you go to talkrealestateroundtable.com or your podcast app, you can listen to that show. But Kristen, why don't you reintroduce yourself to all of our listeners, who you are, where you service, how long you've been with Boston Connect, all that fun stuff.
My name is Kristen Howlett. I'm a full-time realtor at Boston Connect. Mm-hmm. I service everywhere you name it. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying being here tonight. This is putting me on the spot.
We sort of like to rope you in. Kristen comes into the office and she works pretty much all day here on Tuesdays. And as soon as it gets to be like 3:30, 4 o'clock, we're like, oh, are you going to stay for the show? No, I don't think so. 5 o'clock comes around. Do you want to stay for the show? Are you going to stay for the show? And tonight, Mark McNamara bought us dinner from Bonji's.
I was going to say, I just had chicken in my.
we just had fried chicken, and
it was so good, wasn't it?
It was.
I
had never eaten from Bonji's, so we thank you, Mr. McNamara, for getting us dinner. But yeah. So Kristen, welcome to our show again. Sorry that it didn't happen last week, but here we are.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we had a whole agenda. What were we going to talk about? Oh, staging. But tonight we are going to be talking about how you use your 5 senses when purchasing or selling real estate. We did this show probably 2 years ago now. We tried to find it, but of course we couldn't find it, and we couldn't find the agenda or anything like that. So we're sort of going on a whim here, but we sort of talked about it on Saturday. Sharon and I did, just how to use your 5 senses when being in real estate. And a lot of people, obviously, they first think about sight. You're going to look at real estate, but we also want to talk about how, you incorporate touch and smell and how important those are. I don't know about taste but I think
I have some good ones for taste. Actually.
The first thing I said.
Taste?
I said, how are we going to talk about taste?
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like, oh, it's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, that's the last sense I think about, because I hope nobody's going around licking.
It's appropriate too, because we're
walls of houses that they're viewing.
This is appropriate because we're all somewhat maskless, so we can bring back those senses for a while.
If you're comfortable enough to go into to home or during an open house or a private showing and not have a mask on, then yeah, I guess you're using your. I mean, I could still smell with my mask on, so I don't know. Maybe your mask was too tight.
Are we going to get into the politics of that right now? Because that would be
we're going to move on.
Surely we would get some.
We're not talking about politics, so
we'd get some callers about the mask thing. But we should mention too that Mary Baker is not with us this evening. She had a final walkthrough or some appointments that she had to take care of, and then she's going to be taking a little bit of a vacation, so she'll be off until next week. So that's why she's not with us tonight. But yeah, she's here with us in spirit. So I'm excited about this show because honestly, there are a couple things as I was actually putting together some of my thoughts, and I know that yours is all typed, mine's all scratched. I was out in our main room here and I was talking to Kristen about some of them. So I'm excited to see what we come up with. And then it would be fun too with some of our listeners. Maybe some of our listeners will call and just see if somebody can call. We'll give you a $20 gift card if you can name it's like something that goes with one of the senses. So
what do you mean?
So like we'll say, okay, somebody calls in and says, okay, well, one of the senses is smell. And this is how I think it relates to real estate. So we'll give them a $20 gift card. We were giving people the option the other day too.
Yeah. Which can we not, because now I have to go out and like buy them. If someone who said McDonald's, so now I have to go to either McDonald's or somewhere that sells McDonald's gift cards to get one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Frank can go in the morning. I'll have to give him a little ring. So we are live on Facebook. So if you want to go to Boston Connect Real Estate or Sharon Acosta McNamara, any of the Connect pages, then you can find us there. But all right. So what sense do you want to? You're our special guest.
This microphone. I have
what sense do you want to start with, Kristen? You're our special guest tonight. So we're in your lead.
Well, it would make sense to do site.
Because I said that was the easiest one. All right, we'll start with the easiest one, site. So what do you guys think is sort of the most important part about site and how it relates to real estate?
Well, from what I did when I did my agenda is I sort of broke it up into a couple different things. So you could do site as the interior of the home and site for the exterior of the home. So I think that site is probably the largest one of what we have. So Kristen, what are some of your thoughts on site?
When I think of that, the first thing I think of is pictures, whether it be online. That's your
good.
first
Impression.
Your first impression. And I mean, everybody hears me complain about when people put lousy pictures on. It really makes me crazy.
I know. And, Kristen she has a great idea for our show topic that we're going to do probably in the next few weeks, certainly by the end of the year, is for our listeners, either on WATD or, people who will follow us on social media with Facebook and Instagram and everything, knowing the difference between what is the buyer's agent, what is the seller's agent, who are you getting, what are the jobs? I mean, we'd tell you the things that we do. And we think that having professional photos is the most important thing that you can do. So that's really good that you came up with that as pictures being, that's the first visual that anybody gets before they even drive by the house. So that was good.
Well, I read a statistic earlier that it's like houses that have eye-catching photography, like their photos sell 32% faster than those with low resolution. And especially with ones that only have one photo, because it's like, if I see a listing that has one photo, I don't even want to see it because it clearly, it's not worth seeing inside if you're not even going to show me pictures.
Or if it's a picture, you just have like pictures of the exterior and none of the interior, or maybe just the kitchen was done over, so that's all you see is the kitchen and you don't see any other pictures.
Well, also, like, even if you are looking for a house like in the spring or in the summertime and you're looking on like MLS or Zillow or whatever, and there's pictures of the exterior with snow, then like either the photos were taken a long time ago or the house has been sitting on the market for a while. So you should either swap them out if it's been sitting for a while, or don't just do your
pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, don't do your photos in the winter if you're going to be putting it on in the summer.
Just came on the market last week and I saw the first picture was a snow picture. I was like, seriously?
I mean, unless you're trying to appeal to, people who love the wintertime and Christmas and how they could be decorated, because I mean, we like to highlight houses that have, really great landscaping and exterior. Like if we put it on in the wintertime, we might do an exterior photo that doesn't have snow because it looks really nice with the landscaping. So, I mean, I guess it's just dependent on, what you're trying to appeal to.
Season that we're in, right?
Well, I have a listing currently, and the homeowner seller is so organized. The house is beautiful. Everything is perfect. So, the pictures were a dream. Every time I walk into the house, it's the same. I could show up 2 seconds before an open house and I know it's going to be perfect. Everybody's going in. So sight also carries to what's behind closed doors.
Yeah.
When you open up a cabinet, and not everybody's, going to be 100%, but if you're selling your house, you should try to be.
Yeah. Again, something I read earlier was like one of the most important things that buyers sort of subconsciously feel is important is the cleanliness of the house. So if you're walking into the house and it's clean, obviously your sight can see that. And whether it be, there's, the kitchen's not disgusting or the floors aren't gross or there's fingerprints everywhere or whatever. You're vacuuming and clear the clutter and all that stuff.
Make sure the bed is made, make sure there's no dishes in the sink, make sure the kitty litter box is emptied. I mean, that one
Have either of you ever cleaned before you got like an open house?
I have.
I have.
And before, especially before photography, because Sharon is very particular about how she likes her photos. So if we go, the soap shouldn't be out on the sink because you're not selling soap, you're selling the sink. So you should be clearing all of the countertops in the bathrooms, in the kitchen, everything. So whoever does the photography for the team goes in there a little bit early before Brian or whoever comes and takes the photos, and you just sort of hide everything. And then you have to remember where you hid it. Where you hid it.
We tell our clients, it's almost like Easter egg hunt. Like when you come back, maybe you won't see things exactly where they were, but we'll try our best.
And our job is to sell the house. So it's no hurt feelings, no offense. We just, less is more.
Into like one of the other pet peeves I have is wires. I hate seeing wires. I don't know. I just find those types of things distracting when you are looking at the pictures, because you're right. People are looking at those first. And the other thing that I don't like is when there's a towel hanging over like the stove. Why? I don't get it.
She doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
She doesn't like towels in the bathroom either.
No, I don't.
Or the rugs.
I don't like
up the rugs,
on the floor.
trash cans, everything.
Yeah, we move it all.
We move it and hide it.
I can't find my, one person said to me one time, every time you come here, I could never find my the contact solution in my, I was like, well, stop leaving them on the counter and I will stop moving them.
So that's just something quirky that we do, but
well, and then with sight, I mean, Kristen, actually, I thought that was great because that is really where people are seeing everything first. So the picture should be great, but I do think that curb appeal is what makes people want to get in the house. I was talking to one of our agents actually just today, and she said that at her open house over the weekend that there were a couple of people that actually came to the open house, but they didn't even go inside. So what is it that was preventing them from even bothering to go inside the house? I mean, there are some things you can change and some things you just can't. I mean, it could be, hanging out on Route 3 and in the backyard, and they just didn't like that. But you want to make sure that your front yard, everything is cleaned up and tidy. And you want to make sure like your door, and it's so cliche, like make sure your door doesn't have peeling, chipping paint. It just doesn't look good. So make sure everything's like brushed off, like swept off, or you have the blower.
And even if you put on a fresh coat of paint, like on your front door, it's so inexpensive compared to like obviously replacing it or whatever, but like something so inexpensive can have such a big impact. Again, because we talked about even during COVID, when a lot of people were standing outside and waiting to get into your house, they're staring at everything. So if they're outside waiting for a half hour, they're looking at every inch of your exterior.
You made that point last year. I thought that was a good point too.
Thank you. That's why I keep repeating it every chance I get. But something with sight that just popped into my head was lighting. So it's super important to have great lighting in your house. So, there's some homes that don't have overhead lighting. So you have to have, lamps or
I hear something else I hate. I hate those damn like energy efficient light bulbs. Aren't they terrible?
Oh,
Yeah, no kidding. You're saving
have
on
them here?
electricity because like you can't see. Right?
Are they light? Are you saying
No,
they're
you know the
too
ones
bright?
like Mass Save uses them.
oh yeah.
I don't
They're
know.
energy efficient ones. They're like twirly. I mean, hey,
Oh.
I'm all for the planet and everything, but I just think you can't see. So if you're selling your house, I think that you should change those out and maybe leave those light bulbs for the new buyer. You don't
Mm.
know the ones I mean? It takes them
No.
like 15 minutes to really
Are they
brighten
like
up.
fluorescent?
Kind
No,
of
no,
bright.
no.
Oh,
Plus, all the fixtures now show off those light bulbs. Like that.
Mhm.
That's kind of the whole.
The look.
Yeah. So you
Mhm.
want those cute little
the industrial look.
the
Yeah.
Edison light
Mhm.
bulbs.
The Edison light bulbs are nice.
Yeah. So I think it's super important for lighting. That's why when you have a private showing or an open house, like you get there a little bit beforehand and you turn all the lights on. It's not just for safety. It's to, highlight all of the greatness.
So a couple things that I thought of for the site and the curb appeal when it comes to the yard is just thinking about not only all the senses, but all of the seasons. So make sure you're raking up all the leaves in the fall. Make sure nothing bothers me more than this. Boy, I sound like I am very picky tonight, but in the winter when somebody leaves the big wheel out and then it snows and you know what I mean? Like all that
Yeah.
stuff around the yard and, you have whatever in the backyard, like, name
Fire
something.
pit?
Yeah, whatever.
A
like
wheelbarrow.
A
but
pool?
just stuff like, you know
Oh.
what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
things that you might be okay to have out in the summer, but in the winter, like then it has like a light layer of snow on it.
Mhm.
It bothers me.
Well, with the exterior, and actually my mom just texted me this, and this is something that I think of all the time too, is the slope of the driveway.
Mm.
That's something that I think about because like when I think of the winter time, like I would never want to live somewhere that had like a sloped driveway because I would be so scared to like slide down
Take a
it or
Dixie.
take a Dixie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's something that that you can see, I guess. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
No, but
Well, because
it's
your mom brought it up. Yeah. But the other thing too, so for spring, you want to make sure you spruce up your gardens, and for summer, make sure you're fertilizing and doing water because there's, it looks terrible when you have a burnt lawn. Anything else on site that anyone can come up with?
I think we covered
I
it.
don't know. I feel like cleanliness and
Mhm.
lighting are the most important, not just because I said both of those, but
Yeah. Well, another one too with site, and it comes back to you saying like, we'd like to say Q-tip clean when everything should be clean. I always feel when I go into a house, if it's dirty, it just makes me feel like you didn't take the time to take care of the bigger things,
Yeah.
So there have been times when I've walked into houses and there's, piles of dirty laundry everywhere and things like that. And it's like, if you don't have enough courtesy to clean up your house, knowing you're having a showing, what is it going to be when no one is here? So,
Mhm.
It's something else I just thought of. Windows.
Yeah.
So you might be somebody who likes your blinds drawn and your, everything covered up. But my first thing, I'm just one of those people. I walk in, I put the shade up, I look out. So make sure that is all,
That's a good point. I like to take the screens out of the windows, and I like nice clean windows. Remember at the beginning of the show, you asked, has anybody ever done any cleaning? Mary, I think, has several videos of me cleaning windows and people's
Oh,
houses.
yeah.
Like I'm always up
Yeah.
on the kitchen counter.
I can remember doing a final walkthrough. We had the listing and there was like spaghetti sauce like all over the wall or something. And luckily there was a sponge left in the sink, and I was washing the walls.
Yeah, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
That is what you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we did the easy one first. Site.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to our listeners, WATD, you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable here with Boston Connect Real Estate is the sponsor. I'm Sharon McNamara. I'm the proud broker owner of this wonderful company. We have some wonderful, wonderful agents. Tonight, we have one of them joining us. We have Kristen Howlett here. She's a full-time real estate agent here at, I said Pembroke Connect, Boston Connect Real Estate. And we also have Melissa Wallace, who is the director of operations and everything else that goes in between. running a nice office for our agents. So welcome to the ladies. If you have any suggestions for us, maybe we missed something when it came to curb appeal or site. We're using all the senses tonight when it comes to buying or selling a house. We have George in the studio, and I think John Shea may be with him as well. So hello, gentlemen. The phone number there is 781-837-4900, or you can reach us on Facebook. So if you go to any of the Connect pages, you can find us there and ask us a question.
Yeah. Ask us a question. I was having a hot flash yesterday. But okay, so we did site. So should we move on to sound? Okay. We're going to move to sound.
Right.
Why sound? What do you think about sound?
So much. I showed a house the other day and there was dogs next door. There were about 7 dogs next door.
Well, you know what though? That's good. If you were the buyer's agent.
Buyer's agent.
Well, that's good.
We looked right at each other and said, no way, no how.
Did you count how many dogs there were?
There were a lot.
Did you, when you got the feedback request form, were you honest with the agent?
I did not.
No,
I was not.
Why?
You weren't honest.
Why?
Conversation for another time.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody knows.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this, that the listing agent was late. It was very particular, and she was about 40 minutes late for the open house, believe it or not. So we were outside listening to the dogs. Had she been on time, we may not have even noticed.
That goes back to you,
It's a
Melissa.
blessing from God.
You were outside, you see things, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. I thought you were like referencing a time that I saw something. I told Sharon today, I said, there's a blue jay that lives in my tree outside of my office window. It's my tree. I own it.
I'm going to get her some binoculars.
How do you feel about, all right, so say we're just a few feet away from a train, maybe commuter rail.
That's in my
Do you
list.
address it?
Yeah, 100%. I
Totally.
wrote there, don't avoid open houses when the train is going by honking its horn, because
It's obvious.
eventually
Yeah.
they're going to hear it,
Right.
you know? So don't try to schedule around that. That's one of the things that's really hard for us as well, too, though, as listing agents, when we go into a home and we're not familiar with it. I went to a house actually recently, and as I was there, the train did go by. You can hear it off in the distance. And I was like, that's the Halifax, the Halifax commuter rail. I was like, I can hear the train at my house too. Like off in the distance, it's like sort of
Comforting.
yeah, and it like echoes.
Well, you're from the city, so I'm sure it doesn't bother you,
no, sounds don't particularly bother me.
except it's snoring.
Which, if you're watching Facebook, I look like I have these weird eyes right now because I didn't sleep last night. I slept on the couch. Yeah, but I don't avoid I mean, you're better off letting people. And I remember one time I had a listing right on the track, like literally in the backyard. And I just suggested people come back when the train is going by. That's the best way to hear it.
We've sat in the back and waited to hear exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like if you are if you're looking in like sort of a commuter town,
what town?
A commuter
town. All
right, you could have just let it go, okay? In like a commuter town, you should expect those types of noises, okay?
A commuter.
Commuter.
It's a commuter town.
It's a commuter.
Yeah. The other thing too is the other sounds might be planes. Like, think about it, like if you were in East Boston, like if you're in the flight pattern over there, definitely it's a hard time to avoid that.
A what?
Planes.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, you can't ask them to use a different route.
Yeah, the landing zone.
The landing zone. I'm just reading this. It says correct audible defects. And so it says, do a clean sweep of your home and try to correct any audible defects you notice. For example, if something squeaks, try to oil it. If your hardwood floors groan, try to put rugs down. Don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of wood floor groan.
I don't either. What website was I on?
I would hate it if I stepped on my floor and it groaned. That's what my scale does.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, well, what do you mean?
Don't talk to me that way.
I feel like at first it would be funny, and then it would just be like, all right, I get it. I have to go back to the gym.
What's the difference between a squeaky and a squeaky floor and a groaning floor?
I don't know why I didn't write it. I'm gonna have to call in.
You need to proofread these before you.
But I didn't think that. You know what? The squeaking floor is a good point. I wouldn't put a carpet
Don't put
over
a
it
carpet
just
over
to try
it.
to muffle it.
I think you can. Can't you put baby powder? They say that you
What?
could put if it's like a little creek in between the
Really?
Yeah,
I've
you
never
can.
heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I made it up.
Baby powder.
Because I feel like you need nails to tighten it all up, but I
Maybe.
don't know for sure.
Baby powder works.
All right. Well, baby powder helps get the sand off your feet when you go to the beach.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm already on to play soothing music
Yeah.
because I'm going to tell you my music of choice lately
Yeah.
is Brazilian jazz.
Mm.
It's great open house music.
Well, you were playing Barry White yesterday in
Mhm.
the office.
I like
I
Barry
enjoyed
White.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to go if there's nothing to play, then I go on to Xfinity, if it's Xfinity, and I do like Sounds of the Season or
Mhm.
something soothing.
Well, we had
But
some
uplifting.
we had some jazz music on today, and Matt wanted it off.
Yeah. I'm like, Matt, you want me to turn that down? He's like, yeah, I want it off. He was like trying to be nice at first.
Well, the
Um,
other thing with sound, I put don't try to drown out like a busy street on purpose, things like that. And yeah, like don't be blaring the music inside because you don't want people to hear, the Southeast Expressway going by your front door.
Yeah.
And don't schedule an open house around those times, and maybe play some soft music. That's all I had for sound too.
Yeah, when I was doing the open houses over at Copperwood in Bristol, I would sometimes play music because the TV was right above the fireplace and it had Spotify and whatever. But also it wasn't really construction like on the weekends, but it was sort of like it was getting underway. So
Yeah.
you wanted to make it feel more homey,
Agreed.
because the community was just starting. So now it's pretty much done. But, in the beginning, we just wanted to make it feel more at home.
I always feel like too, especially at an open house, if there's people in there, it breaks up the silence.
The awkwardness.
So
So like
they
you think
think-
that they're
yeah.
listening.
Kristen,
Even if
I
it-
have a very hard time believing there is any silence in a room you are in.
Mostly because she usually knows somebody every
Yeah, well,
room
I was
she
gonna
walks
say
into.
that you're always having a conversation. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing.
Yep. But sometimes they may want to talk amongst themselves and they don't need,
Yeah. Yeah.
it kind of breaks up the silence as far as they can whisper and it's not
Yeah.
completely awkward.
Well, I remember one time having a listing and the houses were pretty close together and you could hear the family next door fighting.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun. So,
are they listening?
but those are the things, I mean, hey, we work as buyer's agents and I already have a busy Thursday, according to Mary, sending me text messages in the last hour.
Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday, I guess I'm showing houses.
Mm.
So that's a good time to bring people, out and about is when, like, as a buyer's agent, we want to hear those things. We want to hear the neighbors yelling at each other. We want to hear the dogs barking. We want to hear the train. We want to hear everything. But let's think about things that are loud, that are very soothing. I mean, if it's oceanfront property and you have like that crashing of the water and the waves and things like that. So open up the doors and have that. I know at our listing over on Four Winds, they had like a little waterfall. I have a waterfall on my pool and I love the sound of that
Yeah, me
waterfall.
too.
It's just so soothing. So I
Yeah.
really do like that.
Mm.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else for sound?
Not that I can come up with. I
For
can't believe
hearing?
we had 3 callers
Yeah.
on Saturday. The Saturday crew. I mean, honestly, Tuesday crew, like, you know what? Why?
I have about 13 unread text messages from my mother, so at least one person's listening
know.
to us.
Well, 781-837-4900. We are giving away $20 gift cards just to give us a call and tell us, if you have any thoughts about real estate or if you just want to say hello to us. Okay. 781-837-4900. Again, we have George in the studio and he is waiting for your calls. He will pipe you right through to us. What's next after sound?
Smell. Oh,
Yeah.
very important. I think that that's the most important. Did I say that something else was the most important? Because now I've changed my mind.
Did we talk about taste?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
Sorry.
yet.
I'm keeping up.
Coming up.
We're on to smell.
Oh, okay.
All right. Obviously, the big one is pet odors and like smoke odors. You need to eliminate those because not everybody has pets. Not everybody smokes. So you're not going to be appealing. People who smoke or have pets generally don't smell it on themselves, and they might not smell it somewhere else. But they are very potent.
And I think it's important for us as real estate professionals. I mean, that's our job to go in there and tell people, you know, I can tell that you have a pet. I can tell that you're smoking inside the house. It's just that these are the smells that nobody wants.
I can tell that you have a pet.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can.
Sometimes you just got to tell it like it's real.
It is. Yeah. But I mean, all of that is, and then as a buyer's agent, sometimes that smell is just, it's stuck in their things. So it's in their curtains, it's in the carpet.
Well, the problem with smell, I'm sorry, I'm going to cough because I don't know.
Thinking of smoke?
Maybe. I'm sorry. With the smell, it's almost like I don't know. It's hard to get rid of it, but you really need fresh air. So you need to open the windows because some people will get those like plug-in things with, do we have somebody that has a caller?
George, do we have a caller?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. Thank you for calling in. What's your name?
This is Tamika.
Hello, Tamika. She's one of our favorite listeners. How are you tonight?
I'm going okay. How are you doing, ladies?
We're doing great. So we're going to send you out, obviously, a $20 gift card. So you'll just have to make sure you give George your, don't hang up, and George will get your address and everything for us. Or you can just text it to me because you have my phone number. Do you have any thoughts on this subject?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about when it comes to smell, if you're going into someone's home, the smell of the basement. What about that?
That's a good one. That's a good one, Tamika. The smell of the basement. So a lot of times when we go into people's homes, I mean, that is actually something that we're looking for. Are you pretty tuned into that, Kristen?
Very tuned in.
Yeah. So when we're showing houses, we'll go, when we walk into the basement, we're like, oh, it smells mildewy. And then we're just looking for evidence of water, but that comes into sight again too, because we can look at, the walls and we can tell if water has been in the basement just by sometimes there's a stain on the wall, but we can look for some pumps and things like that. But the smell of mildew is terrible.
And sometimes you expect it. I mean, when you don't, you're pleasantly surprised. So, and
maybe in an unfinished basement, but I feel like in a finished basement, absolutely not. You should not be smelling for sure something like that.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I think in sort of something like that, especially if it's an older house, it would be good to maybe put in like an air purifier or something of that sort.
Yep. Absolutely.
That would be very helpful to keep the air really clean and, free of odor and so forth.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be storing items down there, because a lot of times in the basements, if it isn't finished, people are, storing items down there. And sometimes like the cardboard and things like that sort of absorbs all that moisture. And then you really, really have that potent smell. I remember in 2010 when we were in a declined market and we had all these foreclosure properties. And I remember this one time, my sinuses have not been the same since. And I opened up a house. I probably was the first one who had been in there in months. And when we opened the door, it was just this smell of just, I mean, you think you can smell mold for sure. It was awful. Yeah. It was literally awful. I ended up getting sick, and the husband got very sick, but the wife didn't. She was very, very little, and he was very, very big, and she was behind him. So like the smell didn't hit her in the face.
Smell never hit her.
Yeah. But Tamika, that was a really, really great, a great thought. And one of the things that I hate is when people, I went into somebody's house recently and I was like, oh, it smells a little bit like oil, almost like like something like kicked on in the basement. And the question was,
Yeah.
oh, well, do you want me to put like some candles down here? And I was like, no, because now.
No, yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can finish.
No,
it
no,
then.
no, no. But no, I'm saying before Tamika joined us, what I was trying to say was you don't want to mask the odor.
Yeah.
That's why you need to open the windows, get in fresh air, and let it like go out.
Let it breathe,
Because
yeah.
masking the odors with the plugins and the room sprays and candles and everything, it's just it actually makes it worse. I feel like.
I think so too. Well, Tamika, thank you so much for calling. Text me your address again. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but we will send you out a gift card. What do you want? Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, McDonald's. Melissa's going now.
Starbucks would be fine. Thank you.
Right. Perfect. Well, we will get that out in the mail for you. Did you have any other comments for us or questions regarding this topic for tonight?
I just want to say, actually, it's a good idea and a great topic that you guys are touching on. So I appreciate every week when you guys come on. It's very helpful, and just thank you for everything.
Aw, we
Thanks,
love I love
Tamika.
Tamika. And one night we did the show, and this was at the beginning of the summer, and I was watering the new plants that we got, the new hydrangeas and whatever they're called. And Mary was talking to somebody over on the side, and I didn't know who it was, and I was just like, just doing my thing, watering. And then Mary's like, Sharon, come over here. It's Tamika. And I was like, oh my God, Tamika. And I came running over, dropped the hose. It's like we're like old lost friends, you know. So
That's it. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for everything.
thanks, Tamika. Sending you
Have a
some
good
virtual hugs
evening.
here.
Oh, you too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
And I hope
Tamika.
I hope your daughter's doing well. I know she's off in college right now too. So our best to
Yeah.
her.
Thank you so much. And you as well and your families also. Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Have a good evening. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. So
Thank you. Bye-bye.
thanks. So that was Tamika that called in, and she had, that was a really great one that she came up with because,
Yeah.
the odor in the basement, actually using that sense of your nose can sort of pinpoint when something else is going wrong.
Yeah, I feel
Make a call. Please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
I think the basement and the garage are two big places. Like if you have a attached garage, it's something that like you can go from, say you pull into the garage, you get out, you smell that smell in the garage, and then you go right into your home. You're in your home, you go right into the garage, you smell that smell. Like you want to sort of eliminate that as well.
Yeah.
And that could be water damage too, getting into the garage, because it's easy to get water in your garage.
Oh, hello. So we have another caller. Hi, this is Sharon, Mary, and no, it's not Mary, it's Sharon. I'm so used to saying that with the three of our names. It's Sharon, Melissa, and Kristen. Who are we speaking with?
No, I'm here.
Oh, no one's there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. TTFN.
I think it might have been Tamika still.
Oh, was it? Okay. So, well, we were here. I mean, this building that we purchased, I mean, it smelled down in the basement, and we didn't have water anymore, but it just smelled moist all the time, and it drove me crazy. So I had Mark put in a professional dehumidifier down there.
Yeah.
And then next summer we're going to, he's already.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help,
So we're going to
hang
move
up and then dial your operator.
on from that. We're going to move on to what's next?
Touch.
How about sound?
I have
We already did.
I know.
I have something. I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay. Well, we only have 6 minutes
All
left.
right, so touch. We can do sound because sound will go by fast. No,
we already did sound.
We did
Oh.
sound.
We need touch and
That's
taste.
why I laugh.
Oh, okay.
We
yeah,
have touch
okay.
and taste.
All right, go ahead.
We'll
Touch.
Okay, touch. So I sort of touched upon it. That was a good one. I didn't even get to. Oh God, I touched upon it earlier.
So Melissa is the most tired on Tuesdays, by the way. So we did touch upon this. Go ahead. What was
No, getting everything off your counter. That
Yeah.
includes the crumbs that you leave on your counter, because when I go into a kitchen of a property that I'm either viewing or showing or whatever, I touch the countertops. I don't know, it's just like a thing
You
that
do?
I do. Yeah.
I think everybody does.
because
maybe I do it and
Have
I
you ever
don't
noticed
realize.
that like people will come into your open house and be like,
is
this granite? Touch it. It's behind this wall.
I don't know.
Touch
and floors. I think that it's important to make sure that your floors aren't dirty either.
Yeah.
After I bought my new Bissell, things in my life are not the same.
Especially if you're going to make people take their shoes off in your
Yes.
house, because some
Oh.
people don't wear socks.
I'm just letting you know right now to all of our listeners, if you're selling your house and you want people to take off your shoes, you should reconsider that.
You should reconsider
Ding
that.
dong. You really should reconsider it for a couple of reasons. One, a lot of people do. I'm always like, I don't wear socks, right? So, like
I don't
this time of
think
year,
all three of us have socks
none of
on.
us
No,
have
I
socks
don't
on.
have socks on.
So when people have oils, natural oils on the soles of their feet. Some people wear diamonds on the soles of their shoes, but it leaves stains. It can leave oil stains all over. Yeah. Happened in my house one time. with a
DNA.
cleaning lady.
Yeah, you're leaving your DNA everywhere.
Perfect for a murder scene. But other than that, we don't want anyone's bare feet. Okay.
Okay, so I think touch and taste are kind of.
Well, touch, here's another one with touch. And I was reading this and I thought, wow, that's actually a good idea. So, this is one I really want to talk about. So let me ask you guys this. Can you feel something without touching it?
Well,
you know the answer.
You can feel vibrations.
Yes, you can.
So you can
Well, that's
feel
actually
music.
good. Like when you're touching something, like, so if you're walking upstairs and it's like shakes and rattles and stuff, right? The railings and all that. So you want to make sure it's tight. But Kristen, why don't you tell what I'm talking about? Because I talked to you about it earlier. What can you feel without touching?
Like a fireplace.
Yeah.
You can feel the warmth.
You can-
Sometimes you can even imagine what it would feel like.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Ooh, it feels cozy in here. You know what I mean? Ooh, I bet
Yeah.
you it would feel nice when you have, cold winters and you can put the fireplace on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a hot toddy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh,
I'm gonna outdo you right now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
What about your sixth sense?
You can see dead people?
Well, my client texted me yesterday and said she went to an unexpected open house over the weekend, and she said, I had to get out. She just got a bad vibe.
Oh, yeah.
Something came
Mhm.
over her.
Yep.
And I told her that that's happened to me before too. I was with clients and I said, I've got to go outside. Something heavy came over and I had to just.
We could do a whole show on that, by the way, because
That would be the
definitely-
sixth sense.
Yeah, the sixth sense. I feel that when I go into houses, very much so. But let's go back to real touch for a second.
Okay.
Well, it's important too, though. You really want to try to keep, when we're listing agents, we really want to keep the people there as long as we possibly can. So having nice flyers and things like that, I think that that's important,
Ooh, yeah.
right? So if you have high quality marketing materials, you have something for them to hold that's substantial. I think that tells a lot about how you are as a real estate agent and presenting, to other people. So
That's a good point. How many times do we get compliments on our business cards?
and business cards, that's
Yeah.
on there too. Yeah.
Yep.
So people do like that. Okay.
Well, touch also, like if you like some people touch the walls or the ceilings because like if they see water, like watermarks or water damage or whatever, they want to see if it's still wet.
Yeah.
Like if it's
it has
ongoing or
moisture.
if it's past
I
damage.
texted Jess Page, another one of our full-time real estate agents here. She posted a picture this past weekend of a fire pit in her backyard. And then I sent her a screenshot of, what's her name? But she does that Sandra Bullock with Betty something or other.
Oh,
in that movie, From the Windows
yeah,
to the Walls or something.
yeah.
I won't sing the rest of it, but
I forget. The proposal, I think. Was
Something,
it the
yeah.
I
proposal?
just watched that. That's so funny.
Yeah,
I literally
that was
just
my
watched that.
favorite part of the movie. All right, so we only have a minute left. Smell. Did we do smell? Yeah, we did. Taste. All right, I'm going to leave this with taste. Don't leave a bad taste in their mouth. Whoa, what'd you think of that?
Oh my gosh, this says remove personal photos when it says to taste. Like, don't leave a bad taste in their mouth. That's not great.
Yeah, but if you don't clean up and if you don't take care of your home, you're going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. Like, obviously, you're not walking around licking counters or anything, but sometimes people will leave cookies and things like that. That would be taste, but I'm not a big fan of that either. Then you have a bunch of kids running around with chocolate chips everywhere. So
yeah.
I'm sure we have a lot of open houses this weekend, so people can follow us on Instagram because you post them there every single week, right? So Boston Connect Real Estate. If you have any questions or ideas for shows, give us a buzz at the office, 781-826-8000. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thanks, George.
Thanks, Kristen.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kristen.
Thanks for having me.
WATD FM Marshfield, WBMS Brockton. WATD FM Marshfield, WBMS Brockton. The South.